have a different name for it. They call it Hawaii. So I remember it was before I even became a guide, and I would come here during summer for like a weekend. I have some friends here because it's close to Kotor, and I remember the confused looks on the faces of people that would read day trip to Hawaii. And like, isn't it a bit too far for a day trip? But there's a restaurant that was called Hawaii over there, and that's how kind of locals jokingly started saying that they were going on a vacation to Hawaii, and that's how it still remained. It's not inhabited, and it's quite a contrast as compared to the rest of Budva, the modern, overly built, Budva with a lot of concrete. So it's a nice contrast. So in a sense, it is the Hawaii of the locals of Budva, because during summer when it gets really hectic, they take little boats and find one of the beaches that are maybe a bit more secluded over there on the island. There are also shuttle boats that take people from the marina of Budva over to the island of St. Nicholas. So if someone snapped a picture of the island, you can fool your friends and family into thinking that Hawaii were included in the tour. So on the other side of the tunnel, we'll see a beach. It's called Yaz. In 2016, Lonely Planet had named it the most beautiful beach of Europe. But if you mention Yaz to any Montenegrin, they won't say, oh, the most beautiful beach, but they will most likely think of concerts and music festivals and summer parties. So we had concerts, I mentioned before, we had concerts by the Rolling Stones here, Lenny Kravitz, Madonna, and then we had, as a part of the Exit Group Festival, there was also the Sea Dance Festival, and it saw, it began here, it started here, right on this beach. So right by the beach, there's this green area right behind. That's where those concerts and festivals were. During summer, there's some summer parties there. The beach stretches for a mile roughly, and you see that this hill separates it into two parts. The part that's underneath us now is a bit more, it's a rocky area, as we can see from here, and then there's this sandy area on the other side. But even maybe we can kind of see even this part that's right underneath it. It's a beautiful area. There's two right behind the hill. There are two more beaches, Trsteno and Ploča. They're not as accessible as Yaz is, because Yaz is you'll see that there's right from the main road you can join the little path that leads you to this beach, and right here there's staircases. So even from here, if you're walking, you get down to the beach. We'll just see the very entrance to Kotor, we'll see whether there'll be a bit of a traffic jam, but we should soon be reaching the port. So if we were to continue driving straight ahead, instead of turning right, as we will do at a certain point, we'd go and see Tivat, which is, remember this morning we talked about the marina in Tivat and the bay, so we are now in the kind of on the same side that the external part of the bay is. So straight ahead, the sea is not visible, but it is right there, straight ahead. Montenegro. This is one of them, the Valley of Brda, and in the past it was more of an agricultural zone, and we can see that. You've probably noticed there's some olive trees in the area, some fruits, mostly citrus fruits here. However, nowadays it's becoming more and more of an industrial zone. They're also building a fast track here. That's what you can see, this construction that's going on is because they're building a boulevard, a fast track that will connect Budva, Tivat and Kotor, so the coastal cities of Kotor, so in hopes that it will help with the traffic jams we have here in summer. Picnic and barbecue. There are hiking trails, mountain biking trails. You can rent a bike or a regular bike or an e-bike and then take it down the road that we took this day, and then return the bike at the lower station. Historical sites are nearby. Zeta is nearby, so it's a good starting point, especially if someone is just spending a day here. You just need 15 minutes to go up there and then experience something entirely different than what we have at the coast. So you get to see two regions of a country in a day in just 15 minutes. And you get there in just 15 minutes thanks to the cable car. Hi there.
Hello.
We're back to Kotor. We're close to the port. I guess we could see the port. So now if someone's sleeping, so someone's been having a nap, it's time to start waking them up slowly because soon we'll soon be getting off the bus. We'll see a bit of Kotor, so we'll chat a bit about Kotor as well, just as soon as we're past the corner. This is there's not a lot of traffic jam. This is just the lights. You know, because Kotor is so small and there's just 20,000 inhabitants here, but especially during the season, a lot of cars. So the municipality is trying different ways, and they added a lot of all of these lights. We see they're smart lights, which means they're sensors, and then they can determine how many cars and how many pedestrians, and that's how they calculate how much the green light will last, and red, and so on and so forth. But the ones that they put here, they're so smart that they had started creating traffic jams where we never had them. So I think they're too smart for us. No, but here they do help with the situation on the main road. So normally, well, it's a good thing that it's off season. It's October the 8th, but sometimes the line can be up until the very end of the tunnel that we just passed through. So this is nothing. And we see the city walls from here, right in front of us. We see the walls being around the perimeter of the hill of Saint John. We see the southern part of the walls of Kotor. It's a fortification system that's 4.5 kilometers long. So we'll see the walls right in front of the old town, and the ones, it's all part of the same system. So there are walls going around the old town, and then above the north gate and above the south gate, the walls that go around the old town join with the ones we see right here. So it's all part of the same system, fortification and wall system that served for protection from invaders. We see as we approach, we'll see the fortress. We'll recognize where the fortress is because it's the peak of the hill of St. John, and we'll see the flag up there. The flag is normally visible because it's red, so you see something red moving up there. You know, it's the flag. So as we approach, we'll get to see that. But we see the peak even from here. That's where, so the walls go all around that hill. And if you want to climb the walls, you wouldn't actually be walking the wall itself because it's really inaccessible. But you just go, there's stairs that take you up the walls. They take you up to the fortress. And here you see that in this area where the walls aren't as tall, it's because this area is not really accessible. So it meant that the terrain is already quite difficult to climb. So you can see that's how you can tell from which sides they attacked the most. And here we see the flag over there. So that's the tallest part, 280 meters, 900 feet above sea level. That's the elevation of the fortress. That's actually the oldest part. It's from the 6th century. But most of the walls were, a lot of changes to them happened in the 11th and 12th centuries, and also during the Venetians. That would be the 15th, 16th, 17th century. So as you can see, we built them throughout different periods of time, and the aspect that they have now, they were given to us by the Venetians. So in Italy, they have an expression. They say, "Mi costa come le mura di Cattaro." So it means that it cost me like the city walls of Kotor. They weren't easy to build. They weren't cheap to build. So even today, when they want to say that they overpaid for something, they say, "Ah, man, it cost me like the city walls of Kotor." So here we see the old town, and these are also the walls. They go around the old town, and here you can see that this part, it goes around the old town. You can see how it joins. It's all part of the same system. You see there's no stopping between the two. see there's people going up the walls, walking around. This part, the one that's you see people taking pictures, it's easy to get here. There's no stairs included, so I'll explain that once we are. It's free to visit as well if someone is interested in. So you can walk all along the perimeter and reach the other side. I'll explain that later. This part is easy if there's someone that wants to experience the city walls of Kotor but not really go up the hill and climb the 1500 stairs. That's a good idea. Here there's a local farmers market from the 19th century. Tuesday, it's quite busy for Tuesday. His market day is, market day is Saturday here. This is full with locals on Saturday mornings. And then we'll see the main gate of Kotor right here. Okay, so we'll get off the bus inside of the port, right outside. So you'll see the black awning thing over there. So that's where we'll get off the bus, and then I'll wait for everyone to get off the bus before we head towards Kotor. The old town is right here. So we'll do the visit of the old town, which is right here. I'll give you maps of the old town in English. And I will also explain a bit how to get around the old town. Because your last enter is at 3, it's now 12:50. So you will have time, those of you that want to spend some more time in Kotor, you'll have time for that. But I'll just make sure to explain in detail how to get back to the port. Okay, before you get off the bus, please make sure not to forget anything, because this is also where we end the tour, the part that's on the bus, okay? That also means that we'll be saying goodbye to our lovely driver. They are the best one in Montenegro, because we're all here safe and sound, right?
Yes. Thank you.